Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So you can see today, Bitcoin hasn't really moved over the last couple of days. This is Bitcoin on the daily. And yesterday we did not see a lot of movement that would be denoted by this small red cross. Okay, so a candlestick with not too much information here. Today we're seeing a little bit of an uptick starting in the green. Right now, the price of one Bitcoin is going for about $69,000, almost $400 per coin. And an XRP, as of the time of this recording, is going for just under 50 cents, but you guys can see that daily trend for XRP as well. Also in the green today, so a bit of a rebound after a bloodbath. We're seeing the 24-hour price changes now, still green, red, a bit of a mix. Altcoins, just I guess depending on which altcoin it is, you're going to see them either in the red or in the green, albeit not by much. So not a lot of fluctuation there, as you guys can see. You can see Bitcoin dominance is still climbing, so it's back up to around 53.9. The volume has gone down, so a lot of sellers have taken their profits, or I guess their losses maybe, and I guess they're maybe just waiting for another opportunity. Market cap sitting at 2.54 trillion, so that's down a little bit. You guys can see greed is also down to 61. We talked a little bit yesterday about why the Bitcoin trend was moving downward. If you guys didn't catch yesterday's video, I'll link it up here. But, by and large, it's all part of this cycle. Mag's here pointing this out. Bitcoin, guys, this is the longest consolidation that we've seen. So if we look at consolidations in the past, okay, and we're taking a look at what is happening today. So generally speaking, when we reach all-time high, as we had back in March, we did surpass all-time high. We generally do see a sell-off. The halving happened as well, so that is also contributing to the chart pattern that we're seeing here. But by and large, guys, this is what is happening now. Each cycle, we have noticed a similar pattern where Bitcoin consolidates near the all-time highs before it enters price discovery. Out of all the consolidations, the current one is the longest. In 2017, Bitcoin consolidated for 48 days before the breakout. In 2020, it consolidated for 21 days before the breakout. And now in 2024, Bitcoin has been consolidating for the past 87 days and counting. So we are still counting the days as we continue to consolidate on the Bitcoin chart. As you guys can see here, if we were to take that top level up here and bring it all the way till today, you guys can see that is about 87 days. I guess either here or there, just depending on where you're looking at it, 87, 88 days. This consolidation phase hasn't taken as long in former bull runs. Just to demonstrate that, let me show you guys what happened back in 2017. So this was the 2017 top. Of course, we did retrace back in late 2020 up to $20,000 per BTC. And once we did retrace up to that level, Bitcoin did consolidate. So if we can say it did consolidate from here and then finally broke out, that only took about 16 days. So not a long time at all. Let me zoom back out again and just take a look at the former all-time high for Bitcoin back in 2013. Let's just put a line there to make it easy to identify. And you guys can see right in here, even if we don't consider this the top, because it did not pierce through that level, we can consider this the top here. It did go significantly past that level, but then you guys can see that consolidation in there. So if we were to take it from here, consolidating, did go down, right? And then finally pierced up through there. That is about 45 days. So by far, it is looking like this is the longest. This has been the longest consolidation pattern at 87 days. The other thing I find interesting is the amount that Bitcoin did go up after these consolidation phases. So if we were to just take it from here to here, in the bull run of 2017, 2018, we did see 1,600% for Bitcoin specifically. And of course, the most recent bull run, 2020, 2021, we did only see about 250%. So a very, very big difference, a stark difference for Bitcoin in this last bull run versus the bull run before that. Now, I just wanted to make note of that and make note of these days here, okay? So April, let's call it April 11th, April 12th, 13th, somewhere in around there, 2017. And we'll call it in around late December 2020. Let's take a look at those time frames on the XRP chart. So if we were to look at those same time frames on the XRP chart and we were to take it from April, let's see here, April 14th and around here, so after that first pump for XRP, by the end of the bull run, XRP had gone up almost 10,000% at that point, 9,882%, and that was after it had already pumped quite significantly. It already pumped about over 400%, 435%. So that was the first bull run when we had seen Bitcoin go up another 1,600%. And then this one's a little messy just because of the lawsuit, of course. If we were to take it from this measurement here, and this was only a few days before the lawsuit was announced, XRP did pump another 288%. And you compare that to Bitcoin, that was almost on par of where Bitcoin did move in this bull run too. So interesting metrics here. Generally, XRP does very well. And I think, again, guys, because of that lawsuit, we really did not see that same type of price appreciation, that we would have seen had we not seen this black swan event where XRP came back down and then had to regain those losses. So I think we are set up now for something very good, very positive for XRP holders. And there is even more to suggest that XRP drops posting this. Altcoins are coming to Wall Street. That's right. Wall Street is now not just interested in Bitcoin, but they're going to be interested in other altcoins with high risk-reward ratios. Listen to this.
Risk is the more risk you take, the more return you should get paid for having taken that risk. And so in crypto, there is immense risk. But the further you get on the coin market cap list, the more risk you're taking. And therefore, you're going to need to drive a higher and higher return to compensate you for that risk. And that's exactly what Wall Street's looking for. Wall Street loves things that go up 10%. They love things even more that go up 100%. But if you show up and say, there's an asset that may go up 10,000% or it may go to zero, you have a line out the door of Wall Street investors who say, let me understand what this is. Let me try to value it. Let me try to predict the future. And I'm willing to risk a little bit of dollars in order to make a big return.
So the appetite is now there. This is Anthony Pompliano explaining how Wall Street is now ready. Okay, now that the Bitcoin thing has been approved, the Bitcoin ETF, we got the Ethereum one lined up next. Wall Street is going to be looking at the coin market cap list, right? Going down the list here and looking at what that next cryptocurrency will be. And of course, it's going to be the ones with the biggest risk-return ratio. Those are the ones that they're going to be very interested in. Something similar to what I'm analyzing at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. For those of you guys interested in my trading journey, you can follow me. I'm looking for those 100x bangers. Hey, if it goes up 10,000%, even better. So I think I've picked some pretty good coins. I'm going to try to get that top 5 coin list out today. If not, it will be tomorrow for sure. For all the Patreon subscribers, just wanted to give you guys a heads up. And for those of you guys interested, you can follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. This is only the beginning. We are still waiting for that euphoria phase. On top of what Anthony Pompliano is saying, did you see this from Bank XRP? Okay, back to teams with crossover markets to power their new product, which is now called BackedX. So Backed, for those of you guys who don't know, it was an organization created by the founders of the ICE, connections to the New York Stock Exchange and Wall Street. They were the first institutional grade crypto exchange firm that took off in September of 2018. But of course, we didn't have regulatory clarity at that time, so it was kind of a little early for Backed. Well, now they're teaming up, crossing over with markets to power BackedX and ECN with high performance technology. Check this out, guys. Backed Holdings today announced that the company has tapped crossover markets to provide technology to help power BackedX, its forthcoming crypto electronic communications network. As institutional interest in crypto grows, further expanding Backed's capabilities is a key priority. This coming from Ray Kamrath, Chief Commercial Officer at Backed. With the development of BackedX, we are positioning ourselves as an ideal partner for institutions seeking a compliant, qualified trading venue. This will be a truly groundbreaking solution that fulfills a current unmet need in the U.S. market. So now that we're seeing more in terms of the regulatory clarity come to pass, now that Wall Street is getting interested too in those high yield returning coins, the ones that'll be the most impressive cryptocurrencies this bull run, the institutional players are getting involved and they're teeing up, guys. They're ready to go. So that is positive news. Wanted to thank Bank XRP and of course XRP Drops for posting that. Ian Binns also mentioning this. Okay, Ripple has reached all-time high in millionaire XRP addresses. So that's another milestone that I think I should point out here. Despite what has been rather disappointing thus far, it is official. XRP has reached a millionaire address record. So Sentiment, their data shows that the number of addresses that hold 1 million XRP, guys, has reached more than 2,000. So only 2,000 wallets that exist on planet Earth hold more than 1 million XRP. This indicates an all-time high in this particular metric for this asset. XRP has certainly struggled. As we've seen, it's stuck between 50 cents and 52 cents, but 2,000 people who hold 1 million XRP, who have the money, by the way, to invest in 1 million XRP, certainly know that this coin is going to go up in value and are definitely doubling down here, increasing their positions. This to me just speaks volumes. It's not like this coin is under a penny and getting 1 million of them is not that difficult. Think about it. If XRP was trading at the price it was trading back in 2016 or early 2017, at 0.005. Okay, you multiply that by 1 million, and you're only putting in $5,000, a $5,000 investment to get 1 million XRP. Well, today, guys, that number has grown, and now we are seeing the most wallets ever. 2,000 wallets hold 1 million XRP. So I think that metric, considering that has happened by and large more recently, I think that does speak volume. So I wanted to thank Ian Binns for posting that. Mason here on Twitter bringing us a bit of a warning. Again, guys, remember to vet your cryptocurrencies appropriately, or this could happen to you.
This guy turned $300 into $5,000, but he was not able to actually sell his coins. I'm going to show you how to avoid this and what this even means. Because imagine you make $1 million in crypto, but you can't even sell it. You're stuck. He was hit by something called freeze authority, which was enabled on the token he was trading. So you guys need to watch out for freeze authority being enabled, because that means the token creator can just freeze your wallet no matter how much money is in it. Now, this is how you actually look for this.
And so Mason just goes over the different scanning tools that you can use. I'm not going to play the rest of this video, but I do want to point out, okay, freeze authority is certainly not something you want to happen once the rally is in full swing. And, once these cryptocurrency exchanges get bogged down, again, more of a reason why first, you want to diversify into different cryptos, but also, guys, make sure you have a bunch of on and off ramps available to you. Again, I'm giving out my plan at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel, and the coins that I've picked, I have already vetted. So, just another point here, if you guys are looking to diversify, which I do think you should be, I will link this Mason video in the description of the video for you guys if you're interested in his suggestions too, to avoid being a victim of freeze authority. Again, this cryptocurrency bull run is looking very, very different than former ones. So, this is why I started the Patreon in my case. But, everybody's going to be a little bit different. And so whatever strategy suits you, you should be rolling with. Wanted to thank Mason for posting that. Guys, I also happen to see this XRP Crypto Wolf posting this. Former Ripple director says Ripple needs to acquire another company, as if Ripple isn't big enough. In all fairness, they are sitting on a lot of cash. And so this was coming from Sean McBride, former director of Ripple, Sean McBride. He just published a post on the X social media platform to suggest a move that Ripple Labs should make using the large funds that it has in its possession. He did say this: McBride believes that it is now important for Ripple to acquire another company and spend some of the money they're just sitting on right now. Reinvest, build, repeat, he said in a tweet. This was the tweet here. Ripple needs to acquire another company, spend some of that money instead of just sitting on it for no apparent reason. Well, to be honest, maybe there is something brewing in the background that we still don't know about. Again, a lot of NDAs that Ripple has still not let us in on. And generally speaking, when we do get the press release, when Ripple has purchased a company like Medico or Standard Custody or any of those ones, Fortress, even though that one didn't go through, we generally kind of hear about it in the last hours leading up to the acquisition. So, it is going to be interesting to see what the next move is going to be. I have no doubt that there are still big moves playing out behind the scenes. Nevertheless, wanted to thank Sean and XRP Crypto Wolf just for pointing that out. Michael Branch also noticing this. In terms of central bank meetings, there might be something brewing behind the scene with the Central Bank of Georgia. Ripple is having meetings with officials of the Georgian apex financial outfit, the National Bank of Georgia, for a yet-to-be-announced use case. American blockchain company Ripple is deepening their relationship in Georgia with officials in both entities featured in a meeting recently. According to Anthony Welfare, guys, he is a Ripple employee and author and the central bank digital currency advisor at Ripple Labs. The company's vice president, James Wallace, and Alastair Brown from software engineering service provider EPAM Systems are in close communication with the National Bank of Georgia. So Anthony Welfare did post this on his Twitter. I'm going to leave the tweet in the description of the video for you. This is the original tweet, but if we translate that, you guys can see NBG acting governor Natia Tarnava and the head of finance and supervisory technological development department. These people here, they're all representatives of the leading international company Ripple, including visiting Vice President James Wallace. So I'm guessing that those employees are located overseas. The discussion focused on exploring potential avenues for collaboration in the digitization of the Georgian economy. Just as a sidebar, guys, if you don't already know, Georgia is a very cryptocurrency forward country. I'm not talking about Georgia the state. I'm talking about Georgia the country, which is near Russia. For context, Ripple serves as the technological partner for the National Bank of Georgia's pilot project on the digital lari. So that is something else to make note of. And here, guys, we have James Wallace in discussions with big central bank figures over there in Georgia. Now, not to mention, Chad Steingraber also pointing this out. James Wallace, that same guy in those meetings with the central bank of Georgia, he's also been sitting in on big meetings with the Bank for International Settlements, for example. So this guy here, Benedict Nolans, head of the BIS Innovation Hub in Hong Kong. You guys can see Ripple is being set up to take on the lion's share, a large portion of the global economy when it comes to, well, first cross-border payments. That is the first vertical that they started doing very well. But I think that is going to translate into many other forms of tokenization as we move forward, as crypto regs to get clearer. So here we have the Georgia connection, which is pretty big in itself, but also James Wallace here sitting in on this CBDC panel. So that is also huge news. Now, wanted to bring this up too, guys, from XRP drops Fidelity on real world assets. This is what Wall Street is saying now. They are calling this the biggest, not black swan, but white swan event that could happen to our industry. We just need regulatory clarity.
And so if we were to get a market structure bill in the US, which I think is one of probably the biggest white swans that could happen to our industry, is just regulatory clarity on whether certain tokens or securities or commodities, how they should operate, what it takes to be an ATS venue. I think that's a big unlock. And if you can get some of the larger market participants, the Fidelities and the BlackRocks and some of the larger custodians behind a market structure bill, then I think you really start to see this real world asset narrative get some legs in a way that it hasn't.
So that is the key. We need the Fidelities and the BlackRocks of the world. Sorry, I thought that he was going to talk about Fidelity specifically, but it was a broader comment about the Fidelities and the BlackRocks, basically the largest institutional players in the space. They need to be behind these bills in order to, get them off the ground, in order for them to see legs, as Matt Walsh does say here in this clip. But then, guys, then we'll have real world tokenization, and we will see price appreciation for those real world assets. Hopefully, we're going to see this making its way into 2024, the latter half of 2024, and into 2025, probably through the bulk of 2025, as we see this bull run continue to pop off top. Now, an XRP worth 49 cents, a steal of a deal considering where it is likely to go when we do see, well, first, the spec pop off top again. I don't think that we're going to see just 280% this time. I think it is likely we're going to probably see something more like this. A huge percentage increase, XRP at least breaching its all-time high, but even going further beyond that. Because, guys, it is listed here as one of the top assets with the highest profitability. This coming from Wheezy at Nerd Nation Unboxed. I happen to see this. A report from behavior analytics platform Sentiment confirms that XRP ranks among the top mainstream, the 5 top assets with highest probability despite its price struggles. The recent disclosure comes amid prevailing concerns around XRP's inability to breach the 50-cent level, but this could change very, very quickly. Okay, Sentiment's supply profitability metric, the on-chain analytics resource presented data pertaining to the supply and profit metric. So that is the metric they used for this. For the uninitiated, for the uninitiated, this metric calculates the current value of a token and compares it to the initial value when it first appeared on the blockchain. So that's an interesting way to look at things. This metric assesses if that token is currently higher in profit or lower in loss than its initial price. So based on this metric, guys, Bitcoin has the highest percentage of circulating supply in profit due to it being so close to its all-time high. So for example, that is 98.3% of its circulating supply in profit, while Ethereum comes in second with 95.1% of supply in profit. XRP, guys, down here on the list. So Chainlink follows Ethereum at 86.8%, Dogecoin at 82.2%, and XRP at 78.8%. So, even though you feel like, we haven't been making gains because of we just haven't seen the price get up past those 2018 levels, guys, it's still doing all right in terms of its all-time high. We're still not seeing XRP reach its full potential. So percentage in profit for XRP sitting around 78.8. There is still room to grow for this coin and other coins as well. My altcoin portfolio, guys, looking very robust. I'm really excited to see how XRP performs once we do see that real-world utility. There is so much, too, going on behind the scenes when it comes to regulatory clarity, governments, the on and off ramps. So DFTU, as Raul Pal says, and as I'm telling you guys as well, we might only have one last kick at the can for a spec bull run, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.